All right. What's Hollywood been like here these last couple of days, especially yesterday meeting Will Ferrell?
It's been fun. It's been a cool couple days. I've never been out here before to LA, so it's nice seeing some places that I haven't seen before.
What was it like interviewing him? I mean, it obviously was set up, but I mean, did you feel, was it a fun thing, and how was it? How did he interact with you?
It was cool. Obviously, meeting someone like him, who I've watched a majority of his movies. It's cool to be able to go to something like that and do something cool like that. He's a nice guy, but obviously he told me he's cheering for North Carolina. So I don't know if that's part of his comedic plan or anything like that, but it's nice to meet people like that.
Did he know that you share the same nicknames?
Yeah, he did. Especially when they announced that I was there and I was going to be interviewing him and everything like that. He came over and talked to me for a little bit, so he's a nice guy.
What was your initial reaction when you found out once your team wanted you to come to Staples Center with such prestigious stars like Kobe and Kareem and those guys like that?
You dream about playing in places like this. It's the postseason. You get to play in some cool venues. So coming out here, I know everyone was excited. Nigel's a huge Kobe fan, so he jumped on the opportunity when he heard. Just with our families and everything, I know my family hasn't been out here, so it's cool to travel to places that you haven't necessarily been before and play in places that you may never, or haven't played before, and some of us on this team may never play in. So it's obviously a cool opportunity.
Being that you are actually in the Lakers locker room even now, does that kind of give you a little chills, a little bit of just like, wow, I'm actually here?
Yeah, it's very cool being here. When we walked in and they told us we were going to be in the Lakers locker room, I was hoping there'd be some more with the name tags and everything, so you could pick out whose locker you want. But it's definitely a great opportunity to be here.
Nigel got Kobe's, in case you were wondering.
Huh?
Nigel got Kobe's locker, in case you were wondering.
I'm not surprised at all. I didn't. Like I said, you wanted to see whose locker's who, so you know where to sit.
Being here in Los Angeles and actually going against a team like North Carolina on such a big stage, how do you maintain yourself, stay focused, and also let that trickle down to your teammates as well?
There's obviously a lot of things that can distract you this time of the year, but we're focused on what we want to do and what we want to achieve while we're here. We said before the postseason that it was 6 games, 6 games left in the season, and we plan on playing in all 6 of those. So, I don't think a lot of people are unfocused on what we need to do. Just going out there and taking care of business and playing how we know how to play.
Frank, what's the most unique thing the team has done defensively against you this season? Do you think of anything kind of
I've seen a lot. I've seen, smaller guys guarding me, and then when I touch the ball, somebody comes in double teams. We've seen a lot of zones. We've seen some massive matchup zones. We've seen box and ones, triangles and twos. We've seen it all. And that's a sign that we're a pretty good offensive team. So, I know kind of what to expect at this point, but I know we got a good team around us, and we're ready for anything.
For you individually, do you find that teams try to get a little bit creative with what you can do in terms of stepping out and shooting? And there's not a lot of guys with your size.
Yeah. Each team is going to see something in their scout and what they watch on film that they think they can exploit. We've come to expect pretty much anything at this point in the season. Nobody wants to go home. It's do or die time. So we won't be surprised if we see anything different.
Frank, what's the key to the game tomorrow, and how much of it begins with transition defense for you guys?
Stopping them in transition and keeping them out of the paint is obviously a big thing. They love to get to the rim, and then we gotta not let them get any second chance points. We gotta limit turnovers and things like that, because if you do that against a team like North Carolina, they'll exploit that.
Frank, what's the one question you wanted to ask Will Ferrell, and did you get to ask him it?
I wanted to ask him what his favorite Latin American currency was. I don't know why.
And his answer?
I didn't get to do that.